Ravens versus Bills on Saturday. Browns taking on the Chiefs. The defending Super Bowl champions, the Bucs, take on New Orleans for part 3 on Sunday. How did we get here? How did this playoff picture get so little and so narrow? Oh, it was exciting. Ups and downs, highlights galore, all right here on GMFB. We're presented by Truist, live in New York City. My name's Kay. You see Mr. Taki here, Kyle Brandt. We've got Peter Schrager, and hi, GMFB fan, Michael Robb.
What's up, Mike? Glad to be here, guys. Glad to be here.
Love having you.
Super Bills fan you are. You were away.
Oh, you know I'm excited this morning. You know I'm excited. We're going to get into it, but you know I'm excited.
Yeah, I love it. Let's get into some highlights. It's time for the lead block.
The lead block. There's no way the Browns are going to win, right? They don't have their head coach. They're at Heinz Field. That's Mike Prefer, who's in for Kevin Stefanski. Ben Roethlisberger has played the Browns 26 times in his career. He's won 23 of them. Going into this game, 23 of 20. First play of the game. Ooh. We got a rogue snap. That's not good. Unbelievable, Mike. We're going to get into a little history you have with something almost exactly like that. But the Browns are trying to make a future. It's a touchdown. Pouncey, the veteran center. What the hell happened last week? I should have played.
Was Ben scared to jump on it?
I don't know. That's exactly what it was. A little charitable by Ben. And then we got an interception.
Knock it out of bounds.
MJ Stewart got in trouble for doing that. Ben's like, what is going on? The Browns are rolling. We got a turnover chain. MJ Stewart, not a Miami guy. North Carolina, Baker Mayfield. What's next? What are you going to do? Which way did you wear your hat? Forwards, backwards? He had the offense going forward. It's the juice. Jarvis, is he going to show the breakaway speed? He got touchdown, Browns. It's sensation in the Pittsburgh Knights.
Pittsburgh ain't won no part of this game.
It's like we were out. Like it felt like it was over. Are they going to hit him again? Kareem Hunt.
Running through arm tackle.
Oh, my gosh. Baker said afterwards Kareem was running pissed off. Baker's kicking things. Now 21 in Cleveland is popping champagne. Or maybe it's red wine. Because we got Sheldrick red wine. Sheldrick red wine. R-E-D-W-I-N-E. Touchdown. No, it's not a touchdown. It felt like it might have well been, though. Every other play was. Sheldrick damn red wine with the interception.
Go ahead, pose on.
Go ahead, pose. Do it. Throw it up. Taki. Had an interception later. We don't even need to show it. Give it to Kareem again. Are you out of your mind? It's 28-0 in
the first quarter.
Pass the sticks.
Oh my! Look at this. Pass them. Yeah. Pass them. Fresh batteries and pass them, and they are. Guys, there's a lot more football that went on in this game. We're not even showing it. We'll get into it. That's it. We showed first quarter highlights only. 48-37 was your final. Can you imagine that? 28-0. They go on to finish, and Baker afterwards. Nobody believed in us.
We believe in the people in this room no matter what's going on. As soon as the COVID news came out that we were missing some key guys, obviously starting with our head coach, we knew that everybody was counting us out. And we knew what mentality we were going to have. And it's just to cut it loose and go out there and give it everything we had. But there was no added pressure. There was no extra anything. It was just for us to go out and do our job because no one believed in us besides us.
And no one believes in you up against your next opponent, so we can't wait to see how that goes as well. You guys can tweet the show at GMFB. What a night for Cleveland. Shriggs, we're living in a world where the Bills and the Browns are deep into the playoffs. I am living for it. What do you make of their huge upset win of Pittsburgh?
What an amazing performance. We'll get to the Steelers side quite a bit today, I am sure. But this was an old-fashioned butt kicking. Up and down, inside and out. And one team looked young and hungry and wanted to be there. And the other team looked like they thought they deserved to be there and didn't belong. You'll look at the beginning stuff. You'll look at Ben making the snap and all the things. This was throughout the game, Chubb and Hunt running all over a vaunted Steelers defense and this complete domination of the ball. And the Steelers, they clawed back. You look at the box score, Ben put up all these passing yards. It's all
500.
Fluff. It was nothing because it was 28-0 at the end of the first quarter and it was all catch-up ball. This was what I saw all game. And I'll tell you, Mike Tomlin, they were down 12 going into the fourth quarter on a 4th and 1, and they brought out the punter. And that's all I needed to see at that point. Turn the TV off. I don't care what happens from this point on. Seems like the Steelers did not want to win that game. We're not the alpha in the division. And for all the talk that Juju had earlier in the week and for all the talk that people had saying, yeah, the Browns kind of backed in because they beat Mason Rudolph. Those two teams did not belong on the same field last night. And just real quick, there's a lot of head coaching job interviews going on and everyone wants the hot coordinator. Mike Prefer stepped in and had his team 28-0 after practicing just one day last week and having their starting corner in Denzel Ward, Joel Bitonio out, and Stefanski in a basement somewhere in Berea. So, unbelievable performance. Steelers fans, I don't know what to tell you this morning. Browns fans, go celebrate. That one was awesome.
Celebrate Bill Callahan, the offensive line coach for the Cleveland Browns. I mean, this guy, the running game follows him wherever he goes. And this offensive line, the way that they literally picked the defensive tackles up for the Pittsburgh Steelers, set them back 3 yards off the line of scrimmage, and allowed these running backs to just go ham, right? Like, they ran all over this Pittsburgh Steelers defense. And you saw it late in the season. You heard Mike Tomlin. Yeah, the Pittsburgh Steelers were winning some games. They were having some issues. But you heard Mike Tomlin say, guys, this ain't it. This ain't it. We got to start waking up. This is not it. And I have to ask you guys, like, since the Pittsburgh Steelers won their Super Bowls and they've had to lean specifically on Ben Roethlisberger,
right?
What have they done? I mean, they've put up a lot of numbers.
Winning seasons.
Ben Roethlisberger, winning seasons, all of that. But when it comes to the money time in the playoffs, right, what has Ben Roethlisberger done? Not much. All I've seen this Pittsburgh Steelers team do is let two potential Hall of Famers walk out of the door because of Ben Roethlisberger. So, I think Pittsburgh has some issues. Love what I saw from the Cleveland Browns. They play a style of offense that resonates in the playoffs. But you're going up against the Buffalo Bills next week. You do know that, right? We'll get into that a little bit later.
How about Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell next weekend? We'll be playing. That'll be fun for Steelers fans. They'll be playing both next weekend. Le'Veon just had a bye.
Yeah.
I can't believe what I watched last night to start the game. It was for Cleveland and for Cleveland fans. I'm thinking of the LeBron chase down block on Andre Iguodala. Was the most exciting 2 seconds in Cleveland sports history. It was like that for an hour, just over and over, 28-0. I felt like I was on drugs watching this game. I was like, this is happening, 28, and it was. And yet, as exciting as it was, and as cleansing, as therapeutic, I do think it got dicey for a hot second in the second half. I think it got dicey. When they got up 20-0, all of the Matt Ryan jokes started coming up 20-3. There's no way they could blow this, right? It got within 12, and it got really dicey until they said, no, screw that, screw you, give it to Nick Chubb. The Chubb touchdown in the second half was them saying, we ain't blowing this.
You think everybody really got that dicey?
I do.
You think it was really?
Because I do, Mike, because they started hitting the skids on offense, Roethlisberger started chucking it, and you said, they're almost a one score away.
There's also 30 years of scar tissue.
Browns fans were losing their mind.
100%. 100%. And I think this moment right here was when Browns fans really started celebrating. 28-0, they're doing backflips, is great. But I still think there was a tension. My point is, the bedrock of this team and the Baker and the Prefer and all of them are saying, none of that clown stuff. We're not blowing this lead. Take your dumb memes, take your dumb jokes. We will go to the next round. We aren't going to fall on our faces here. I've seen a lot of football. I've never seen anything like that first 5 minutes. That was incredible.
I will say this. There will come a point next week against my Buffalo Bills.
No, they played.
No, it's the Chiefs.
Not Buffalo. I'm talking about
They're at Arrowhead.